We're back with a vengeance. You ready for more of the best game ever? Yeah, so since I lost out on the 3 turns, that basically ruins the whole game for me when you think about it. 'Cause we got 3 of the precious stones in total to collect, and I missed the first one, you know, 'cause all that stuff that happened. And I'm gonna miss the second one also, 'cause I gotta stay in that spot for so damn long. I've already missed 2 out of 3 of them, and we're only like 13 minutes into this godforsaken game. Sorry. Okay, still gotta sit there for one more turn. So anyway, aren't you glad we picked this game instead of like a Nintendo game or something? I don't mind though. Sega games are cool. They're for cool chads like us. People who play Nintendo games smell like hot dog water. So this time we're a card rotator rather than a card picker. So you can't even win the minigame. You just gotta try and interfere between the other 2 players. There really doesn't need to be a second set of people in this. You could just have the 2 main players. It really just seems to complicate things unnecessarily, don't you think? Okay, so Tails cannot move. As they say in that one famous song, I cannot live, I cannot die, however it goes. That has got nothing to do with Sonic. Okay, we might just take a different path since we're not actually gonna get there in time. I don't know, audience, what do you think? I thought we could make this like Darla the Explorer and, I could leave a space in the episode for you to input in your own ideas. That would be kinda funny. Okay, so for this next one, you gotta not slip on the ice, and you also can't move when Eggman is turned around, but somehow I just completely missed the part where it said not to move when Eggman is turned around, so I'm just gonna completely eat shit in like the first second of this minigame. See, watch. Yep, just like that. It's already over for me. Now all I can do is sit here and watch other people succeed, unable to do a thing about it. Oh, Sonic Shuffle, you never fail to surprise us. Tails is doing a decent job, though. You ever watch that Snapcube Sonic dub series where they dubbed over Sonic Adventure and Sonic 06 with their silly voices? And the one guy's not very good at it, and he just does like a generic girl voice for Amy, I want to say. And Alfred Coleman's really funny though, like everybody says. Look at that. That poor bastard got within 1 second of picking up the thing and then he lost. He could not have come any closer if he had tried. I like when it shows the characters with the distressed faces afterwards. It doesn't even look like official artwork. I mean, you look at their circular portraits right now and you think, okay, yeah, that looks like something a Sega developer could have made, but then you look at the faces with you look at the portraits with the distressed faces and it starts to look very DeviantArt-esque, very off-model. I'll splice in one of the pictures in post if I remember to make a point. Right about here. Okay, so anyway, we got a fun mini game, I guess. Oh yeah, we get to go on that famous game show. Who wants to be a millionaire? So yeah, that question was pretty straightforward. Since we didn't have any rings to begin with, there was nothing to memorize. We're coming on up in the world. We got 30 rings. Oh boy. Ford. So we're running out of cards. All the characters. you get a new set of cards. Well, everybody does once everyone runs out. But in the meantime, you get stuck with all the ones and the twos for like a turn, and you really can't go very far, because the AI is just going to default to the highest card practically every time. That's another thing. The idea of being able to steal cards from the other players is you can't see them, because they're on the other player's Dreamcast VMU, but the AI does not need to follow that rule at all. The AI knows exactly what cards you've got, and they'll just take your best one every time. Very, very poorly programmed, if I do say so myself. Sonic Shuffle is the worst game I have ever played. Yes. I don't know, I was trying to do an impression of those wealthy Anglo-Saxons with the long bottom jaws from Family Guy. The one guy who held that groaning sound for far too long. Remember that episode? No, actually, I don't watch Family Guy. Okay, well, we won at least something in this miserable, godforsaken experience thus far. We won a carbuncle. What that does is unclear, and we won't get to use it in time. See, there it is, carbuncle. Anywho, there was a character from some Sega puzzle game, I want to say Puyo Puyo, named Carbuncle, and I was going to look up a picture of him. But before I did, thankfully the suggestions in Google kind of swayed me away, because there's also a different thing in the world called a carbuncle, which is like a disgusting growth of some kind. So I typed in carbuncle, and the auto-complete results were like carbuncle character and carbuncle growth, and thank goodness I saw that before I actually hit enter, or else that would have been quite traumatic. See, we couldn't even use the fucking thing. It had already disappeared by the start of the very next turn. What were we supposed to do? I got it right at the end of one turn, and then it disappeared right at the start of the very next one. God, that makes me... I wonder if there's some kind of like management interference. Oh wait, hold that thought. So, Eggman has a silly costume in this minigame. He's got a lavender morph suit with yellow rubber gloves, and the face region of the morph suit is cut out for some reason. Why is that the outfit you would put on if you wanted to rob somebody? That's the least inconspicuous thing you could do. People are just gonna think you're some kind of fan of Filthy Frank or something. Is Filthy Frank still making stuff? I feel like I read somewhere that he had throat cancer or something. Or maybe I just dreamed that. I don't know, he was an entertaining man. It was my top 3 favorite animes. Wait, does that say 371? Isn't that a reference to like Unit 371 from World War II that tortured all those people horribly? Oh, no, wait, no, was it Unit 317? Whatever, I'm just spitballing. Anywho, Filthy Frank is what I was talking about. He's funny. He makes the girly anime moans that wake up his neighbors. And he says, my top 3 favorite animes are Toy Story, Cory in the House, and instructional airplane videos from the 80s. Yeah, everyone's favorite gravelly voiced Japanese man. Okay, here we go. Let's spend some of those fancy 43 rings. Since there's already no chance that I'm gonna win this game, let's just try to screw over everybody else with them magical items. If I'm going down, I'm taking all you chumps with me. Let's just make this experience unpleasant for everybody. Especially you, Tails. I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. So most of the character... Whoa, something is happening. There is just no consistency to what happens in here. That they're just constantly throwing stuff at you. And what the hell's going on with that weird Eggman potato, son? It doesn't have like the pixel shading that the other characters have. It doesn't look like it belongs in the game. And its face smushes down in a way that does not happen elsewhere to any other characters. That definitely looks like an asset from another game. I'll just stop for a second, just really get a good look at that thing. It's fucking creepy is what it is. You think maybe it's left over from the beta of the game and they meant to put some kind of cell shading on it? I could kind of see that. And the sun texture, I feel like they could have just had like a simple yellow gradient as his texture instead of this like realistic, almost like potato skin texture you see sometimes. See, doesn't that look like a potato? Just like in that funny video game from 2011. I don't know how your day is going, but I'm a potato. Remember that? That was a popular game a decade ago. I should really name these things when I talk about them so the audience isn't totally lost. Okay, we got a Spadarled. We can use that to move twice as fast. Wow, Sonic flew across the board so damn fast that the pieces hadn't even rendered yet. Go back and get a good look at that animation. We weren't supposed to see that. We saw the culling. That's, as Boundary Break calls it, the culling. Like, you know, that's when the game renders and unrenders stuff off camera in spots that you're not supposed to be able to see, and we were not supposed to see all the spots suddenly appear on screen like that. For God's sake, we can't go over that bridge like you saw. That's a Tails-only bridge. The Sonic Shuffle developers are racist against non-Tails people, so they're excluding the rest of us from using the special Tails-only bridge. Next thing you know, they're gonna say they're gonna have separate schools. Well, anyway, more Sonic Shuffle will come eventually. You'll notice no episode went up yesterday. That this game's really just breaking me, and it's delaying my upload schedule, and I can't do this every day if this game's gonna wear on me this much. But we will be back. Eventually, humanity will prevail. We will defeat Sonic Shuffle.